welcome back to Pfispeed. As you guys saw, we had Goofy Build's car on the dyno, and after a little while of driving, we ran around 210, 211 degrees. Now that's not overheating, but once we put a trailer on it, it could start to get warm. So we're trying to come up with a solution because we have no heater to turn on if it starts getting hot or anything else. So I called my friend Jay, who does a lot of ATV stuff. I said, hey brother, do you got anything laying around radiator wise? And he said he had a little Banshee radiator. So last night, Jamie picked it up, and today, Goofy and I we're looking at a place to put it on his hot rod. And this is what we came up with. So as you guys can see, we're thinking of putting it right up in this pocket right here. The reason being, it makes the water lines real easy to the front, super clean, and it looks pretty simple to mount this way. It has a little pin in the back here. We were thinking a little tube that could slide into, and then some brackets off these little side supports right here and right here. That should get us covered.
Yep.
And then we have another cooling fan right here to help
keep it cool, and I mean it'll have airflow on it all the time, unlike the one that's strapped in the engine bay, but with that fan sending air out too, it's gonna just cool off so much better.
All right, so these guys have been working on this, and he wants to show me what's up. That's what, oh, that's what you're thinking, okay. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
It was double wall there. I was like,
and so it's not even in the body.
Just poke a hole and I got a grommet for you. It'll insulate it. And
that was a great idea, Sean.
No welding.
Yeah, so then these will all
be a couple little side tabs then, and
no vibration.
Yeah. It'll be.
That's why you're the fabricator. What do you think of that little stuff? That's awesome. It's really looking good. I like it. A couple little brackets, which should be good shape. Yeah. It's awesome. Looks great. And then water-wise, we just came up with a pretty simple solution because you had a couple things plugged. Yeah. You had a little fitting here in the block plugged, and then one that goes onto the cylinder head. And what we've elected to do was pull those fittings out, those plugs out, put hose barbs in, run the lines to the back, put an electric pump in the middle, and let it rip. All right, I'm here playing with Goofy's car at the moment. Just about to take it on a drive, make sure everything's working correctly, and I'm stoked out. She is a beast. So we had to adjust some warm-up enrichment stuff. Let me cool this thing off real quick. So we had to adjust some warm-up enrichment stuff, and I'm setting things up just to run a little bit smoother. We still got to do one breather hose here, but we are getting close to having everything wrapped up. But I do feel like right now it's probably a decent time as any. Take her for a drive, make sure things stay cool, and see how she acts. Jamie flew out to Florida. He's prepping his hot rod as well. So we're all working hard to make sure we can make it and have a good time on sick week. I got to play with Sho'nuff a little bit last night. Started tidying up all my wiring and getting all that stuff done. Made some cool little brackets to hold things in place. So can keep working on that, making sure she's good when I can, and then I want to try to mount the top, and I'm still waiting for the drive shaft. So working hard on her, that's for sure. All right, learning the car. All right, kiddo. All right, here we go. Cool. All right. Well, let's go get some lunch. Well guys, we made our trek to the McDonald's not far from the shop, and we're doing it. We're sure working it out. Our first short little, hey you! Our little trek here. Trying things, checking things. And we're gonna get some food and then head back to the shop. But so far it's exciting. It drives smooth. It's loud inside, but it drives smooth.
Yeah, it's good.
It's cool. Yep. Race week, here we come.
Here we come.
Woo! What do you think, Goof? This is crazy.
Awesome, yeah. Made it.
Yeah. A little cold outside and in the car, but not
Wasn't too bad with the windows up.
Yep. Man, it looks good. Whew. I'm digging it too.
I love it.
Well, here we go. Make our way back to the shop.
All right, guys. How does it start all right?
We'll find out.
You gotta turn the pump on. It's dead. Fuck.
Well, our mission needs a little work. We
Killed the battery.
We already killed the battery.
I mean, we didn't leave with it at 100%, but we didn't drive very far.
No. And we've got 800 miles to go, so, and make some passes. Woo! Let the challenge begin.
Definitely gonna need some work. But
Definitely need some work on the charge or
yep,
on the battery situation. Period.
Yeah, it charges, but
it does charge. But we got to be moving.
Yeah, we got to be moving, and we got to make sure that the batteries got charged before we leave because we're gonna die on our way up.
Ah, we'll get her. Part of the adventure. Oh yeah, Goofy Built's over here getting the saltinator pulled right now, and we're gonna see if we can't make something work here. This thing has got us, I don't know, deep in thought, but I think we'll make it work. You know, we don't really quit, so usually means success somewhere. All right, so Goof got this little micro alternator off, and we've got a big old single cam one in here now, and our bracketry still works, which is cool. We are looking at changing, obviously, to the V-belt, but we are just testing things right now and looking if it would fit in general, not to waste our time. And it looks like it possibly can. So
Yeah.
maybe this will be our solution. It's definitely more amperage. And
yeah, it's good. Single cam, benzo, you know.
right. So this one will require a single wire to turn it on, but we've got some stuff back here, so that's not really a problem. So
Not anymore.
yeah.
It was. Not anymore.
So let's look at it, Goof, and see what we come up with. All right, so this is where we're at. We're gonna see if this pulley will go on this alternator. So everybody watching, cross your fingers. So we're about to find out. All right, so we got the pulley off of this one. We got the pulley off this one. And it's the same size.
Perfect.
That's luck. Gotta love Honda parts. Alright, Goof, how did you make a Honda alternator fit here now?
Well, so it pretty much just fit right up, but when I tightened the top up and sucked it up, we had this plate back here at a slant, so it started to angle it, so I tightened it all up to where it was a full angle and everything, and I grabbed it right here and straightened it out, you know? Pried it and straightened it out, and then figured out the spacing for this to our bracket that was already there, and this thing hinges, so I tightened it up and found where it wanted to hinge, and then this the alternator could swing and slide still, so we could tighten it up and loosen it and everything. So bolted it all together just like a single cam is.
Now we're ready to test again. All right, so we got some battery juice now. We're gonna start this thing and we're gonna find out if it's gonna charge with the bigger alternator. Yep.
As well as it was 3,500 RPM, but that was second gear, so 30 miles an hour, not 55.
Yep.
So we'll go a little
The
bit
last
more.
thing we may need to try is now that that's starting to work is, I don't know. I want to make sure this thing just works. We'll figure it out. I'm in my head. That'll happen. Okay. Good work. We're gonna try this again. He's gonna throw a zap up and we're gonna test this charge. Alternator. Round two. So this time we're turning everything on.
Yeah, I had them plugged in the trailer too.
Oh yeah. All the lights are on. Have the fans on. Yep, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. Pretty high with all the load off of it.
Yeah.
But it dropped load at first and then the alternator picked it up, so
Like
this one, yeah, it came back up, so it dropped to like 12.8 and then went back 13.0 or whatever and was climbing, so
Yeah.
I think it'll be all right.
right on.
I think we're on the right track now. So. Crisis averted. Thank gosh for Honda parts. The race car parts are cool, but sometimes you gotta throw the stuff, the factory stuff back in, and that stuff works really good. We're on the right track.
In the 14 range.
That'd be all right. Anything's better than 12 or 11.9.
Yeah.
All right. We are making progress. Woo! A lot going on. Well, we drove it today. That was awesome. We found out we didn't charge very well. It died on us. We got back here. We threw it back up. We put a D16 Honda Civic alternator in the back. Luckily, the pulley off our race alternator fit the Honda Civic alternator. I got a feeling that other alternator was probably only 65 amp-ish, somewhere in there, 60 amp, 70 amp, somewhere in there, just didn't have the amperage to keep her juiced up. But now we powered everything up, the trailer included, had all the fans on, had everything on, and it kept charging. So we are making progress on Lizette the 700 horsepower HTB all-wheel drive CRX that my son Goofy Built Shane has built. It is awesome. But I think that's gonna do it for today's episode. We've got a lot to do, and yeah, we got a busy weekend ahead of us. So we appreciate you guys watching and hanging out. As always, give us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys all tomorrow.
Peace out.